What's up, everyone? George Leeman here with MuscleMasochist.com. Today I wanted to give a brief explanation of the PROM Deadlift program. Now, if you guys watch this channel regularly, you've probably heard about it because I've mentioned it a few times. Many of you have probably even bought it and tried it. So, for you guys, this video isn't for you because you already understand it. I did have a few clients or a few people who bought it who didn't understand it, and I figured that I might as well explain it to everyone all at once just because I don't want people to think that this is the same kind of program you're going to find anywhere else, because it is very different than what you will see. So I'm going to give a brief explanation of what it is. More or less, the first exercise is a rack pull. The second exercise is my favorite squat variation for improving my deadlift, and the third exercise is my favorite deadlift variation other than deadlifting for improving my deadlift. Over time, the rack pull goes lower and lower and lower. This is done by using significantly heavier weights than your max, but because you're using a small range of motion, you can do it for high reps. Obviously, the squat variation and the deadlift variation increase over time. And if you're always doing rack pulls and squat variations before doing a deadlift variation, well, let's just say you won't be able to go as heavy because you'll be tired. So what I do in this program is I slowly, over time, remove the exercises ahead of my deadlift variation. The deadlift variation is a harder variation than deadlifting. So again, over time, I go from my harder deadlift variation to a normal, normal deadlift type, either sumo or conventional or whatever it is you're trying to do, just from the floor, just a regular deadlift. This allows me to start people off using very light weight because it's their third exercise and it's also a harder variation than a regular deadlift, and then slowly move it to the front of the workout with an easier variation. Okay, this allows people to say start off with 225 pounds for their first workout on this deadlift variation as a third exercise, and perhaps go up to 450 or even 500 pounds by the time the weight gets all the way up there and it's their first exercise, etc. Many people have bought this. Many people have told me incredible things about it. I actually have not heard one negative thing about this program other than the fact that people are telling me, like, holy shit, am I supposed to do all of this? Is this all done in one day? It is a lot of work. I honestly recommend it to natural lifters over unnatural lifters, although obviously everything works for unnatural lifters for the most part. But I recommend it to natural lifters more so than unnatural lifters simply because natural lifters can train higher volume for longer than a lifter on steroids. A lifter on steroids most likely will get too pumped after the first 1, 2, 3, or 4 sets, whereas I have quite a bit of work in here for people that like doing work. Many of the heavy exercises are just 1 set per exercise. And I know a lot of people won't find that too hard. It's very hard. Try it. However, things like leg curls or something like that, I do quite a bit of volume on them, and these workouts do last pretty long, and you do have to be in good shape to be able to complete them. Not that I'm in good shape, but you have to be able to train for a long period of time relatively hard. Even if you take breaks between sets, it is a hard workout, and you should not be injured for doing it. You should not be in terrible shape where you can only do 1 set and you have to go home and sleep and shit, because these workouts are very intense, and I've heard this from basically everyone who's tried it has said the same thing. Holy shit, that was a lot of fun. Holy shit, that was very hard. And then usually 3 or 4 weeks later, people jump the gun and try maxing out anyways before the program's over. And from what I've seen, people are hitting very big PRs without even finishing the program. So it must be doing something right. I just wanted to explain to you what is different about this deadlift program than other ones, because everyone's like, oh, this deadlift program, you do 2 sets of 2, then 1 set of 1, and whatever, or 5 sets of 5, or 3 sets of 3, and you slowly raise it up over time. It is very different than that style of training. It will put on a ridiculous amount of muscle, especially on your upper back, which a lot of people are lacking because, again, rack pulls are quite something, as are all the other assistance exercises. I have many assistance exercises listed in there that are my favorite exercises that also work very well for people. So hopefully this makes sense, guys, as to what I'm doing with this program. It is relatively unique. I did take information that I learned from many different sources over the years, because I've implemented this training style off and on similar since I was about 17 and I first got to 700 for reps. This training style, this program, is actually what first got me to 700 pounds for reps. Almost the exact same thing in terms of the first 3 exercises, but over time, obviously, I've learned much more about other assistance work, ab work, calf work, all grip work, all that kind of stuff that I've added in to make this even better. So I do think you guys will like it. I very much so looking forward to someone finishing it, so we can actually see what it did for them. I had someone run a similar program that I think put about 75 or 100 pounds on their deadlift while doing it for a meet. For that matter, I think they got 700 pounds on their deadlift in that meet, and I think they're about 635 when they started using a similar protocol. So I do think you can expect something ridiculous. I have not seen anyone at all complain about it. If you do get it and do have a problem with it, by all means, please let me know, because I do need some sort of negative feedback on it so I know how to improve it. The only negative thing I've heard about it is people would like to see more. It is just a deadlift program. It is not an actual ebook. There are not chapters to read. I just specifically tell you what to do, how to progress, etc., etc. So not very many negative reviews. If you do get it and do have one, I would literally love to hear it. And even make changes for you. If something doesn't work for you, just email me actually, and I'll just tell you what to do instead. Oh, you can't do leg curls because you train at home. Well, we'll have you do something different, or not at all for that matter. So as always, guys, just wanted to explain that. Thanks for watching my videos. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and check out musclemasochist.com for online coaching, approved products, apparel, and stuff like that. And if you guys are interested in signing up for the Beast Aesthetics Bodybuilding Academy, this month is the only month that we have the year option. You're always going to be able to sign up for the month. You're always going to be able to sign up for 6 months or something like that. But if you want to get the best deal, if you want to pay $25 a month, if you sign up for the year for a training program, macro coaching, cardio coaching, form coaching, and the ability to ask me and my natural pro bodybuilding friend whatever questions you might have associated with the form, we have a section for that. So if that seems like it's worth the price to you, go ahead and sign up, because that year option will not stay up beyond this month, and it is very, very, very cheap and very worthwhile to anyone who might want to ask me questions, get form advice, get their diet done, etc. You won't find it for cheaper than that. So guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more. Peace.